Imagine waking up in excruciating pain, your legs shattered and held together by metal rods, just to gain a few inches in height. Sounds extreme, right? Well, thousands of men worldwide are paying up to $150,000 to make it happen.
Ryan Wade is 5 feet 7 inches tall. He's come to orthopedic surgeon Dr. Kevin W. Parshad for a groundbreaking limb lengthening procedure.
After we'd given you that additional height, you'd probably be sitting at very close to 5'11".
But what they don't tell you is the real price of height surgery. Pain, debt, regret, and sometimes even disability. Is it really worth it?
Is it painful when you come round? How painful is it?
So it's probably one of the most significant pains that I've underwent in my life, and I did do 8 years in the military, so it was very painful, but for me it was just something that was worth it, so I was willing to undergo it.
In a world where taller men are seen as more attractive, more dominant, and even more successful, it's no surprise that height surgery is booming. Studies show that taller men earn more money, have higher chances of leadership roles, and are perceived as more confident, even if their actual skills don't match up. In dating, the pressure is even worse.
Does height matter?
Yes,
Why?
because short boys have small dicks.
So what makes guys undateable?
Probably guys under 6 feet.
Yeah, just like being short's kind of just turn off.
He's a 10, but he's short.
A 1.
You have like a minimum height that you need him to be, like a prerequisite or something.
It's gotta be 6 foot.
6 foot. Over 6 foot.
Would you guys ever date someone my height?
How tall are you?
I'm 5'4".
No. Bro, I'm gonna be honest. Even if he was my soulmate, I couldn't see.
For my height, I'm 5'1", so I would like someone who's like 6'2".
What do we call men under 6 feet?
I don't know, what?
Friends.
And dating apps only make it worse, with filters that allow users to exclude shorter men entirely. Social media fuels the insecurity. Everywhere you look, influencers and celebrities are reinforcing the idea that if you're under 6 feet, you're at a disadvantage.
When I see a guy who's over 6'3", I'm like goo-goo-eyed over him.
What's the perfect height on a guy?
Like 6'4".
I like a 6'5", man.
6'5".
6'7", honestly.
Through the roof.
6'8", 6'9".
And it's not just the women who say these things, men do it too.
If you under 6 feet tall as a man, you really can't make a woman wait for marriage longer than 18 months to 2 years. Because the fact that you got a woman at all is room enough to get married when you're under 6 foot tall.
For some men, this constant reminder breeds deep insecurity, leading them to see height surgery as their only solution. But what they don't realize is that the cost is far more than just financial, and the consequences can be life-altering. So, how does height surgery actually work? It's not as simple as just adding a few inches. It's a brutal and drawn-out process.
An intramedullary nail is drilled into the tibia bone and fixed to frames that hold everything in place after the bones are broken. The rods holding these frames, known as distractors, are then expanded each day following the operation as the bones regenerate to fill the gap. The range of height gain is about 7 to 14 centimeters.
Patients are left bedridden in agonizing pain, unable to walk for months, relying on crutches or wheelchairs just to move, and that's if everything goes smoothly. Complications like nerve damage, muscle atrophy, and even permanent disability are real risks. Some patients never regain full mobility, and others regret the procedure entirely.
मैं तो सोचता था कि मैं कहीं मम्मी को मैं बहुत बोलता रहा, मम्मी मुझे एक कुछ अच्छा पॉइजन दे दो कि मैं मर जाऊं.
Even after the surgery, the battle isn't over. Physical therapy can take over a year, and many men struggle with depression and isolation during recovery. The procedure itself costs anywhere from $75,000 to $150,000, depending on where you get it done. But that's just the start. Post-surgery expenses like physical therapy, follow-up surgeries, pain management, and lost income from months of recovery can add tens of thousands more. Some men even take out massive loans or drain their life savings, believing this procedure will change their lives.
Amit has a new job in the United States and is convinced that to be respected, he'll need to be taller.
Everyone around me is tall. They're like 5'10" or 6. That is something which always remains in your head, I guess. But now US, from professional and career point of view, I want to take this chance.
Yes, you heard that right. An immigrant coming to the United States believes he needs height surgery to be respected.
36-year-old Amit is about to have both his legs broken. There is nothing wrong with them. He just thinks he'll be more successful in his career in tech if he's taller.
But let's take a step back and look at the ethics of this. At what point does this stop being a medical procedure and start becoming a business preying on insecurity?
I mean, a person who is 5 feet, fine. I mean, if he wants to go up to 5'2", 5'3", 5'4", it's okay. A person who is already 5'6", wants to go to 5'9", there has to be something wrong. Any surgical procedure has its inherent set of complications. God forbid, if you end up with such complications, you won't be able to justify if you were doing it only for the cosmetic purposes.
And this is why I believe it's a scam. A cosmetic surgery that was once strictly used for deformities is now being heavily marketed to men.
Developed by Dr. Gavril Ilizarov in the year 1951, the ring fixator method eventually came to be named after the Polish surgeon himself. Created to fix limb deformities in soldiers post the Second World War, orthopedics the world over have regarded it as a breakthrough procedure. The technique has found popularity in India over the years, and there has been a sharp rise in its usage for limb lengthening for cosmetic reasons.
Women have been targeted by these cosmetic clinics for years, with some undergoing unnecessary procedures and risking their lives.
In total, I probably spent over £100,000 on plastic surgeries. I have had a rhinoplasty. I have had 2 breast enlargements. Lots of fillers, PDO threads. I think roughly I spend £2,000 to £3,000 a month. Sometimes I look in the mirror and I'm like, these tiny little things.
Height surgery clinics heavily market to shorter men, using before and after success stories, testimonials, and social media influencers to make the procedure seem like a life-changing investment. Many doctors refuse to perform this surgery, calling it unethical and medically unnecessary. But for those who do, they're making millions off men who believe height is the only thing standing between them and success. And here's the real question. Are we creating a world where men feel they have to break their bones just to be respected? Is height surgery becoming the male equivalent of extreme plastic surgery, where society pressures people to change their bodies at any cost? The truth is, height surgery isn't the only way to become more confident and attractive, and for most men, it's not even the best way. Posture, for example, can instantly make you look taller and more dominant. Dressing well, using fitted clothing, monochrome outfits, and heeled shoes can also make a big difference. And let's not forget fitness. A strong, well-proportioned body commands presence, no matter your height. But the biggest game changer? Mindset. Some of the most successful, respected men in history weren't tall, but they carried themselves with confidence, charisma, and purpose. If you believe height defines your worth, it will. But if you focus on building skills, financial success, and self-assurance, people will respect you, regardless of inches. Now, if you're wondering why so many women seem fixated on a man's height, you need to check out this video on your screen now. I break down where this preference comes from, how much it really matters, and what shorter guys can do to stand out.